Welcome to the dazzling world of Qatar's Queen Sheikha Moza bint Nasser, where opulence is more than just a lifestyle. As the richest queen of the nation, her life is a masterclass in living large. It must be fun waking up in palaces that make Buckingham look like a starter home, surrounded by art priceless enough to make even an art museum envious. Let's not even get started on her wardrobe. We're talking custom-made haute couture that could give Cinderella's fairy godmother a run for her money. If you aren't jealous yet, then hang on, you will be. Just how wealthy is the queen? Sheikha Moza bint Nasser doesn't just live life. She lives it in a style that would make a Hollywood starlet blush. This Qatari royal isn't merely a queen in title, but reigns supreme in the art of luxury living. From her glittering jewelry collection that could rival a dragon's hoard to her wardrobe filled with the latest high-fashion designs, Sheikha Moza's life is a masterclass in opulence. And let's not forget her globe-trotting adventures that put even the most well-traveled Instagram influencers to shame. When your passport has more stamps than a stamp collector's collection, you know you're living large. Sheikha Moza's vacations are the stuff of legend. Forget your average beach holiday or a rustic mountain retreat. Sheikha Moza's idea of a getaway involves private islands, five-star resorts, and destinations so exclusive that mere mortals can only dream of them. Take, for instance, her trips to the Maldives. While most of us are scouring travel websites for a decent deal on a hotel that won't require a kidney to afford, Sheikha Moza is probably whisked away by private jet to a villa that comes with its own butler, infinity pool, and direct access to the crystal clear waters. She probably knows each fish personally by now. Compare that to Queen Elizabeth's preferred summer holiday at Balmoral Castle, which, while undoubtedly grand, seems almost quaint in comparison. It's like comparing a cozy bed and breakfast to the most luxurious suite at the Ritz. Now let's talk about her jewelry collection. If diamonds are a girl's best friend, Sheikha Moza is one popular lady. Her jewelry collection could make even the Kardashians green with envy. We're talking about pieces that aren't just bling, they're practically blinding. Sheikha Moza's collection includes everything from earrings to necklaces that look like they were strung together by the gods themselves. Picture a gala event where she casually tosses on a necklace that costs more than the GDP of a small country. That's a regular Tuesday for her. One of her standout pieces is a custom-designed Cartier necklace, personalized to replace the two big emeralds with two huge diamonds. Talk about an upgrade. Now, if there's one thing Sheikha Moza knows, it's how to make an entrance. Her fashion sense is the perfect blend of traditional elegance and modern chic. She doesn't just follow trends, she sets them. Her wardrobe is an ever-evolving tapestry of high fashion, featuring designs from the likes of Valentino, Jean-Paul Gaultier, and Chanel. Each outfit is a statement, a carefully curated masterpiece that showcases her impeccable taste. Imagine being able to open your closet and having to choose between haute couture gowns as most people choose between a black shirt and a blue one. Sheikha Moza's fashion choices are so influential that designers often create bespoke pieces just for her. When she steps out in one of these creations, it's not just a red carpet moment, it's a red carpet event. While King Willem-Alexander of the Netherlands might don a sharp suit and tie for formal occasions, Sheikha Moza's ensemble could easily include an intricately embroidered gown paired with a stunning headpiece, making everyone else look like they've come in last year's clearance rack finds. Let's talk real estate. When you're a royal, home isn't just where the heart is, it's where the marble, gold leaf, and crystal chandeliers are. Sheikha Moza's residences are the epitome of luxury, each one a palace in its own right. Her main residence in Doha is a sprawling palace that could double as a movie set for the next Arabian Nights. This residence boasts vast halls adorned with priceless artworks, ceilings that seem to touch the heavens, and enough rooms to play hide and seek for a week. Not to be outdone, her other properties around the world are equally grand. She owns a lavish mansion in London, and this residence is a sanctuary of sophistication. She has quite a collection of houses. It's like the real estate version of Pokemon. Gotta collect them all. Contrast this with the residences of other monarchs like King Philippe of Belgium, whose royal palace, while magnificent, feels almost modest next to Sheikha Moza's empire of opulence. While Sheikha Moza's lifestyle might seem out of this world, let's not forget the other royals who also live it up in style. For example, the Sultan of Brunei, Hassan al-Bolkiah, whose Istana Nurul Iman Palace is the largest residential palace in the world. However, while the Sultan might win on sheer square footage, Sheikha Moza takes the crown for sheer elegance and taste. Then there's Prince Al-Walid bin Talal of Saudi Arabia, known for his lavish spending and extravagant tastes. His private jet, an Airbus A380, is decked out like a flying palace. But even with all that, Prince Al-Walid's lifestyle often feels more ostentatious compared to Sheikha Moza's refined elegance. Queen Rania of Jordan is another royal with a keen fashion sense and a luxurious lifestyle. Known for her charitable work and impeccable style, Queen Rania's lifestyle is certainly glamorous, but it's grounded in a different kind of sophistication. Where Queen Rania exudes a modern, accessible elegance, Sheikha Moza's aura is one of timeless grandeur. So what does a typical day in the life of Sheikha Moza look like? For starters, it's anything but typical. While most of us are hitting the snooze button button and contemplating whether to have cereal or toast for breakfast, Sheikha Moza's day might start with a busy schedule that will put the daily routine of normal people to shame. Evenings are often reserved for glamorous events and social gatherings. Whether it's a state banquet, a charity gala, or a private dinner with fellow royals, Sheikha Moza's social calendar is as packed as her jewelry box. Each event is another opportunity to showcase her stunning fashion sense and glittering accessories, leaving the rest of us wondering how anyone could possibly look that good all the time. Sheikha Moza's life is proof of the heights of luxury that few can even imagine, let alone attain. Yet beneath the glittering surface is a woman of substance, deeply committed to her country and its future. Her work in education, healthcare and social welfare has left an indelible mark on Qatar, proving that you can live a life of luxury while still making a significant difference in the world. As we look at the lifestyles of other present-day monarchs, it's clear that Sheikha Moza stands out not just for her wealth, but for her elegance, influence, and the sheer sophistication with which she lives her life. Whether she's jetting off to another exotic locale, attending a high-profile event, or simply enjoying the comforts of one of her many luxurious homes, Sheikha Moza's life is a dazzling blend of privilege and purpose. In the end, comparing Sheikha Moza's lifestyle to that of other royals is like comparing a diamond to a pearl. Both are beautiful, but one has that extra sparkle. Her vacations, jewelry, fashion, and homes all point to a life lived in the lap of luxury. Yet it's her grace, poise, and dedication to her causes that truly set her apart. Sheikha Moza bint Nasser isn't just Qatar's queen in name. She's the queen of luxury, and she wears that crown with an elegance that is both inspiring and enviable. The rise of Sheikha Moza bint Nasser. In a world where royals often seem born into their roles with golden spoons firmly in place, Sheikha Moza bint Nasser's story stands out like a diamond in the rough. Her journey from a modest upbringing to becoming one of the most influential figures in Qatar, and arguably the whole world, is nothing short of fascinating. Long before Sheikha Moza was gracing the covers of fashion magazines and making headlines with her philanthropic endeavors, she was just a young girl with big dreams growing up in the small town of Al Khor, Qatar. Born on August 8, 1959, Moza bint Nasser al-Misnad wasn't exactly handed her future on a silver platter. In fact, if you told young Moza that she would one day be one of the most photographed and influential women in the world, she might have laughed like hell. Her father, Nasser bin Abdullah al-Misnad, was a notable opposition activist during a tumultuous time in Qatar's history. This meant that the family wasn't living in palatial luxury, but was often on the move due to political pressures. Little did anyone know these early experiences of resilience and adaptability were laying the groundwork for Moza's future as a formidable leader and influencer. While some might assume that a life of luxury and influence negates the need for education, Sheikha Moza proves that being brainy and beautiful isn't just possible, it's her modus operandi. After completing her primary and secondary education in Qatar, she pursued a degree in sociology at Qatar University, graduating in 1986. Her academic journey wasn't just about getting a degree, it was about understanding people, societies, and the mechanisms that drive change, knowledge that would become incredibly valuable in her later endeavors. When it came to marriage, Moza's tale was a bit different than that of a typical Disney princess. Fairy tales often involve a handsome prince sweeping the princess off her feet, but in Moza's case it was more of an intellectual and ideological meeting of minds. In 1977, she married Sheikh Hamad bin Khalifa Al Thani, who would later become the Emir of Qatar. While many royal marriages are arranged with little more than a passing glance, this union was different. Sheikh Hamad saw in Moza not just a beautiful woman, but a partner who shared his vision for a modernized and progressive Qatar. Becoming the wife of the Emir opened doors, but Moza wasn't content to simply stand in the doorway and wave politely. She stepped through those doors and started rearranging the furniture. Her influence in Qatar grew rapidly, but it wasn't just because of her royal connection. It was because she had a vision and wasn't afraid to roll up her sleeves to make it a reality. One of her first major initiatives was education reform. She passionately championed the idea that a well-educated populace was the key to Qatar's future, and established the Qatar Foundation for Education, Science and Community Development in 1995. The foundation has since become a cornerstone of the country's educational landscape. While Moza was busy transforming Qatar's education system, she also managed to become an international fashion icon. It's a rare individual who can discuss the intricacies of educational reform one moment and turn heads on the red carpet the next. But Sheikha Moza does it with ease. Her unique style, which seamlessly blends traditional Qatari elements with modern haute couture, has made her a favorite among fashionistas worldwide. Sheikha Moza's fashion sense isn't just about looking good, it's about making a statement, one that says she's here to change the world, and she'll look fabulous glamorous while doing it. Beyond the glitz and glamour, at the heart of Sheikha Moza's mission is a deep commitment to philanthropy. Her work through the Qatar Foundation and other organizations has had a profound impact on education, healthcare, and social welfare, both in Qatar and internationally. She's not just a figurehead, she's actively involved in initiatives that improve lives and build futures. Imagine Moza in a boardroom surrounded by experts from various fields, passionately discussing the next big project. She has a contagious enthusiasm, a sharp mind, and an unstoppable determination. One of Sheikha Moza's most ambitious projects is the Qatar National Vision 2030, a long-term plan aimed at transforming Qatar into an advanced society capable of sustaining its development and providing a high standard of living for its people. This vision encompasses economic, social, human, and environmental development, and Moza has been a driving force behind its implementation. Think of her as the conductor of a grand symphony, each initiative a different instrument playing in harmony to create a beautiful, prosperous future for Qatar. It's not just about growth, it's about sustainable and inclusive growth. And with Moza at the helm, you can bet that the results will be nothing short of spectacular. Sheikha Moza's influence isn't confined to Qatar's borders. She's a global figure advocating for education, human rights, and social justice on the international stage. As a United Nations advocate for the Sustainable Development Goals and a member of numerous international organizations, she's taken her mission to the world, spreading her vision of progress and equality. While Sheikha Moza's achievements are undoubtedly impressive, let's not forget the role of her family in her journey. As the mother of 7 children, including the current Emir, Sheikh Tamim bin Hamad Al Thani, she has skillfully balanced her roles as a mother, wife, and leader. Her children have followed in her footsteps, contributing to Qatar's development and upholding the values she holds dear. As we look at Sheikha Moza's incredible journey, it's clear that her legacy will have a profound impact and lasting change. From her early days in Al Khor to her current role as a global leader, she has consistently used her influence for the greater good. Her work in education, healthcare, social justice, and cultural preservation has touched countless lives and will continue to do so for generations to come. Imagine the future history books with chapters dedicated to Sheikha Moza's contributions. Students reading about her initiatives, her vision, and her unwavering commitment to progress. It's a legacy that transcends borders and time, inspiring future leaders to follow in her footsteps and strive for a better world. Now, when it comes to Qatar's heritage, Sheikha has her own special way of preserving it and showing it off to the world. That's where her exquisite mansions come into play. What better way to preserve your nation's cultural heritage than to get yourself a house built with a touch of native tradition? It's even easier to do when you're a billionaire. Sheikha Moza bint Nasser, being a prominent figure in Qatar, has several residences, including a notable house in Doha. As a member of the Qatari royal family, her residence in Doha is part of the royal palaces that reflect the opulence and grandeur associated with the Qatari monarchy. While specific details about her private residence are often kept confidential for security reasons, it is known that her home in Doha is a luxurious palace that features state-of-the-art amenities and exquisite architectural designs. As expected with high-profile royal residences, details about the interior and specific features of Sheikha Moza's home are kept private to ensure the exclusivity of the royal family. However, it is widely acknowledged that her residence epitomizes luxury living in one of the wealthiest and most influential cities in the world. This palace reflects not just her personal taste, but also her commitment to maintaining and showcasing Qatari heritage, making an impact beyond Qatar. If you ever wondered what it takes to be a real-life superhero, look no further than Sheikha Moza bint Nasser. Forget capes and spandex. She's armed with a keen intellect, a heart full of compassion, and an impressive collection of designer abayas. This Qatari powerhouse has been shaking up the world in ways that would make even the most seasoned diplomats take notice. From educational reforms to international advocacy, Sheikha Moza is making a global impact that's anything but ordinary. And yes, she's doing it all with style. Sheikha Moza's passion for education is unrivaled. Her foundation, Education Above All, EAA, is like a superhero league for education. EAA's mission is to provide quality education to the world's most marginalized children, ensuring no one is left behind. The Educate a Child EAC program is a prime example of Sheikha Moza's commitment. Imagine enrolling over 10 million children into primary education programs. It's like hosting a global school reunion, only without the awkward small talk and questionable buffet choices. Thanks to EAC, millions of kids are now hitting the books instead of the streets, making it a tsunami of knowledge that's hard to beat. Then there's PEAK, protecting education in insecurity and conflict. This initiative is like the guardian angel of schools in war zones. PIC works to ensure that education continues despite conflicts, advocating for the protection of students, teachers, and educational facilities. Think of it as saying pencils must remain sharp no matter what. She's even taken youth empowerment into her own hands. With youth unemployment being a global issue, Sheikha Moza decided to play career counselor to the world. world. Scylla Tech, founded in 2008, is all about empowering young people through job creation and entrepreneurship. Scylla Tech's vocational training programs are equipping young people with the skills they need to succeed. Whether it's welding, coding, or fashion design, these programs are turning dreams into paychecks. It's like turning a DIY project into a masterpiece, one weld at a time. Scylla Tech also provides young entrepreneurs with access to finance. Think of it as Shark Tank, but it doesn't have those snarky comments and dramatic music. By offering microloans and business development services, Scylla Tech is helping young people turn their innovative ideas into thriving businesses. Who needs a billionaire investor when you've got Sheikha Moza in your corner? Her speeches at global forums are nothing short of inspirational. Picture a TED Talk on steroids, where Sheikha Moza passionately argues that education is the key to world peace, economic stability, and perhaps even better coffee. Her eloquence and conviction leave audiences both inspired and perhaps slightly ashamed of their Netflix binge habits. While Sheikha Moza's influence spans the globe, she hasn't forgotten her roots. In Qatar, she's been instrumental in driving community development projects that are as ambitious as they are impactful. Under her leadership, the Qatar Foundation has become a beacon of knowledge and innovation. Education City, with its array of international university campuses, is like a brainy Disneyland for higher education. It's where the brightest minds from around the world converge to learn, research, and maybe even discover the next big thing in cat videos. Sheikha Moza's initiatives are in line with Qatar's National Vision 2030, which aims to transform the nation into a sustainable and diversified economy. Thanks to her efforts, Qatar is not just keeping up with global trends, but setting them. Let's not forget that Sheikha Moza does all this while looking impeccably stylish. Her fashion sense is the stuff of legend, with designer abayas that would make even the people of Vogue do a double take. Of course, you already know that her jewelry collection is equally impressive. Each piece is not just an accessory, but a statement. When Sheikha Moza wears a necklace, it's not just to complement her outfit. It's to remind everyone that she's a formidable force for good, with a little sparkle for emphasis. Sheikha Moza's impact is often compared to other present-day monarchs and leaders. While some are content with ribbon-cutting ceremonies and state banquets, Sheikha Moza is out there cutting through red tape and serving up initiatives that have real-world impact. Take, for instance, her counterparts in Europe. While they might be busy with ceremonial duties, Sheikha Moza is busy launching educational satellites, metaphorically speaking. She's the Marie Curie of education, minus the radium, of course, and with a lot more style. Her work sets a benchmark for global philanthropy and leadership. She's the gold standard of what it means to be a modern-day monarch. Forget tiaras and thrones. Sheikha Moza's reign is marked by classrooms, scholarships, and a relentless pursuit of educational equity. As if her monumental achievements in educational reform weren't enough, Sheikha Moza bint Nasser has also tackled the ever-delicate issue of women's empowerment with the finesse of a maestro. Picture a superhero in an elegant abaya, wielding her influence to transform lives and shatter glass ceilings, all while maintaining the grace and poise that make her a global icon. Sheikha Moza's journey in human empowerment begins with her deep-rooted belief in the power of education. When she founded the Qatar Foundation for Education, Science and Community Development in 1995, it was like she planted a seed in the desert, which soon blossomed into the sprawling oasis known as Education City. This hub of knowledge features world-class universities and research centers where young women from Qatar and beyond can pursue their dreams. Imagine a Hogwarts for higher learning, but with more hijabs and fewer broomsticks. But Sheikha Moza didn't stop at creating a space for academic excellence. She knew that to truly empower women, they needed to be prepared for the world beyond graduation gowns and diplomas. That's where initiatives like Qatar Science and Technology Park come in. Why should Silicon Valley have all the fun? This is a place where women are not just participants, but leaders in cutting-edge research and technological innovation. They're developing everything from biomedical breakthroughs to sustainable energy solutions, while showing the world that geek chic is universally flattering. Sheikha Moza's influence extends well beyond the realm of academia. As the chairperson of Sidra Medicine, she's ensuring that women's health gets the attention it deserves. Sidra isn't just a hospital, it's a beacon of hope where the best medical minds converge to provide top-notch care for women and children. Picture a healthcare fortress guarded by an army of doctors who are as compassionate as they are skilled. It's here that the next generation of women is born and cared for, ensuring they grow up healthy and ready to conquer the world. Of course, Sheikha Moza's magic isn't confined to the borders of Qatar. As a global advocate for education and women's rights, she's been involved with UNESCO and the United Nations, spreading her message like a benevolent virus, the good kind that promotes peace and progress. She has championed initiatives that provide quality education to girls in developing countries, ensuring that even the most marginalized have a chance to rewrite their stories. She has given the world's underdogs a pair of running shoes and a head start in the race of life. Sheikha Moza's efforts have also sparked significant legal and policy reforms in Qatar. She's a legislative fairy godmother, waving her wand to transform archaic policies into progressive laws that support gender equality. Women in Qatar now enjoy greater rights and opportunities thanks to her tireless advocacy. And while she might not wear a cape, her influence is felt every time a woman steps into a boardroom, a lab, or a political office in Qatar. If you enjoyed watching this video, be sure to check our other similar and amazing videos on the screen. Thank you for watching, and we will see you next time.